and the piazza was full.
Let's get here. We're here today to help you burn off that burger. Come on, join in with us. You can't look more ridiculous than Will does. You want to burn off those burgers? Burn off those fries? I'm not doing the same as you. Yeah. Go on, Lee, give it a hand. That's it. If you're going near that fryer, you better get one of our flyers. This is a whopper of a workout, people. This is a double whopper of a workout with extra cheese. Let's squat. Whoa. Yeah. Feel the buns. Come on, it's Becca's Burger Boot Camp. We've done about 2 minutes. So that's what, about a 24th of a whopper? We only have 1 hour 24 minutes left before we burnt off a whole whopper. Oh look, what did you go for, sir? Did you have a whopper? You got a whopper? I bet you do. Well, gotta do 1 hour and 34 minutes of aerobics to earn that whopper. If you're gonna eat the buns and you still want the guns, you better be wearing this workout. I think they need a flyer, Will. Texican whopper, only 1,200 calories. 78 grams of fat. We'll be here for another 5 hours. Yes!
But just as we were beginning to feel the burn,
You don't have permission to film here. You've got to stop now, please.
All we're doing is making people work out with us. You look like you work out a lot. How are your guns? Go on. Great fun with me. That's it, to the right.
You're now leaving sight, by the way.
Okay, we will leave. Oh, thank you. It's a good message. Can I give you a flyer? Wonderful. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
the people of Southampton were behind us, but unfortunately so were the security guards.
Lunge away.
We lunged to the exit.
Oh, my sweatband.
But I made a quick detour while the security guards were busy escorting the camera crew off the premises. This seemed far too important to just give up. I had to get my message to the big boss of the hospital, Mark Hackett, the chief exec of the trust.
Hi. Sorry, it's Becca Wilcox from the BBC. I just have a Burger King and a flyer for him. Basically, because I know that you guys are stuck having the Burger King here, I thought it'd be useful to have a flyer in each burger so people know how many hours of exercise they have to do to burn it off.
Right.
And we'd love to have an interview with him.
Is there a number?
Yes.
Unfortunately, just then the security guards decided to pick me up and remove me from the building.
Hold on, I'm just giving her my number. I'm just giving her...
I've been told you have to be moved by force if need be.
Oh my God.
You over.
Come on. We're not allowed to manhandle me.
Oh, certainly are.
I'm just trying to help.
Yes, reasonable.
He just lifted me up.
Reasonable force.
It's not your fault you're fat. Remember, junk food feeders are everywhere.
I wasn't going to give up that easily. I was going to take this right to the top. The man at the top was a minister called Andy Burnham. He was the guy with the responsibility for the NHS and therefore the anti-fat campaign. But I'd been chasing him for weeks and getting nowhere.
So going through all this information on their Change for Life campaign, which is costing the government £75 million over 3 years, so they're throwing a lot of money at it. They clearly think it's important. In fact, the Secretary of State says, tackling obesity is the most significant public health challenge we face today. The problem must be recognised, owned, addressed in every part of society if we are to reverse the current trend in obesity. They take it really seriously. And yet, for the past few weeks, we've been desperately trying to get an interview with Andy Burnham, the Minister for Health. Desperately. I mean, you should see the number of emails we've been sending, the phone calls. We are travelling to where his political surgery is and desperately, desperately hoping that he will stop for 5 minutes so that I can just talk to him.
I was running out of options. It was the last day before MPs broke up for their holidays. But after half an hour standing in the rain, there he was.
Hello, sir. It's Becca Wilcox Cox from the BBC. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions for our documentary on obesity, because we think you're doing a brilliant thing with the Change for Life campaign and spending a lot of money on it, so it's clearly at the top of your agenda.
Did you do it through the BBC press office?
No, through your press office.
The press office.
We haven't heard back from them for a few weeks now, and we've been desperately trying to talk to you, because there's something I really think that you should know we've uncovered.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, did you realise that there were Burger Kings in 3 NHS hospitals? Ooh, can I cover you?
I don't know. I mean, sorry, if you don't mind just not filming for 1 second. I mean, I don't mind doing an interview. I'll do an interview for you normally rather than out here in the street.
I have some of the umbrella too. So.
I mean, I'll do an interview for you. It's not a problem. I mean, but I'd rather just not. I'm just late for my surgery now.
Sure.
So if you go to my office, it's around the corner.
Yes.
Knock on the door and set up in there, and I'll come back and do an interview.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
But he didn't. That was the last we saw of him. But I did get a call from an irate press officer.
I don't know how much experience you've got of television, but I've been a TV producer for 10 years. I would hope you had a good understanding that the Secretary of State for Health, in the middle of a swine flu pandemic, has a busy diary.
Over the past month, we have literally been calling and emailing and trying to, because we really wanted to chat to him.
I find it absurd that you thought you could show up and get a documentary chat.
And I'm really sorry that you thought it was absurd, but this is, people are dying from obesity as well.
Give him a break. Let's just be clear, you're not getting a chat with him today.
I'm confused because he said to me today on camera that he would talk to me today about this and that he,
We're not doing it on camera today. Bye.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. Oh, you've hung up.
Those following the conspiracy theory diet may find others unsupportive of their battle with obesity. Always ask yourself, are they helping make me fat?
I was disappointed, but I was sure there were plenty more culprits out there to blame for us being fat. Maybe the purveyors of fine foods would have some ideas.
Pick. This to a rustler burger. In just a minute in the microwave.
I was lucky enough to track down Tim Lang, a professor of food policy at London City University.
So something fundamentally gone wrong with our food system, with our food economy, where unhealthy snacks, things that if you eat a lot of, they're not going to do you much good in the long term, are cheap and everywhere.
Excellent. I knew there was something dodgy about cheap crap. But who was to blame?
We've had lots of arguments with the supermarkets. I mean, basically 3 or 4 supermarkets account for 70% of all food and drink sold in Britain. So they have a huge responsibility. They have the food system in a vice-like grip. Never has there been such power over the food system. They say it's up to you, it's up to the customer. I think this is actually a bit thin, because they do manipulate us all the time. They've got us to go into cars, to go further, to get our food. They've changed everything that we do in 30 years. Surely it's in their interest that we remain healthy. If I die, they've just lost a customer.
Bingo. This was just what I needed. Supermarkets manipulating me into buying foods that make me fat. Too good to be true? I decided to perform an unscientific experiment. They were trying to tempt me with special offers, encouraging me to buy with great value deals. So if I went to all the supermarkets and just bought the bog-offs, buy one get one free, and half-price deals, I'd find out what I was being encouraged to eat.
Look how much I got for 55 quid. That's amazing. There was a lot of junk, like lots of super noodles, cakes.
There were loads of chocolate deals.
But there was also vegetables on offer, 3 for £2.50, which is really good value, but nothing compared with 2 of these for a quid. And you get 12 bags in this one. There's 24 bags of crisps for a quid. Oh, I've had Wotsits for years.
Oh, I've missed you.
So on my trolley dash, for every bog-off deal on unhealthy food, I got 3 on unhealthy stuff. Providing an easy, low-cost route to blubber. And the undisputed king of the bog-off was Morrison's.
That is a big, big haul. I couldn't even get the trolley out. There
is only one bag of good stuff. The rest of it is junk. This is just biscuit, chocolate. Yummy. Look, even on the box of this, dark chocolate, one may lead to another. It does at Morrison's because it's buy one, get one free. This is the only offers on anything vaguely healthy. A little bit of fruit, got some brown bread, I've got a low-fat chilli, cod portions, Weight Watchers ready meal, some almonds. So a couple of deals, but it's nothing compared with all this.
How about an offer on bingo wings? Buy one, get one free. Now, I had some great ideas for Morrison's,
They're not very obese.
but I needed some help to develop them.
Hello.
I popped into my local bariatric showroom. Bariatric is the nice word for grossly overweight.
I like them chunky. That's a shower chair.
This is for people that they're so large that they can't stand in the shower?
Yeah. With a nice big potty and a nice big padded seat. I like your big.
What'd you say?
Your big old heart.
I know this is not a toy, but can you hoist me?
First Cool Mobility sell products for the larger person. David Davidson is their #1 salesman.
At the other end, we've got a chair there that will take 70 stone.
And this can lift legs up.
That will lift legs of 25 stone. Because they're big, they've got often what we call a shelf at the back.
A shelf is back fat.
Yeah. You've got 5 or 6 stone of fat at the back there. It stops you getting right back onto the chair. So what we do is there's a big zip under there, we take away the foam from the bottom so that their back slides under the chair.
Do you think that chairs like this, that commodes like that and wheelchairs like that are going to become commonplace?
It's going to be, in the next 10 years or so, up to 40 stone, there's going to be lots of people. There's already lots. We serve hundreds and hundreds, or in fact thousands of people around the country.
Oh my God.
They're going to need a really big shop. I wonder where you'd find somewhere like that. Anyway, I had a meeting with Morrison's. They came bottom 4 years out of 4 in a healthy eating survey by the Consumer Council. A whopping 63% of Morrison's better than half price or bog-off deals were high in fat and sugar. I headed up to Bradford, to their HQ.
Hi, it's Becca from the BBC. I'm here to see Richard Taylor, Corporate Affairs Director.
And funnily enough, Richard wanted to conduct the interview right in the middle of their fruit and veg aisle.
Obviously, you've come fourth again in the National Consumer Council survey. How do you feel about that?
Clearly we're disappointed because we've got a great reputation for fresh food and affordable prices, and that's where we're disappointed actually with the report, in that it has a very narrow definition of what it's looking for in healthy eating, and it's missed out on great opportunities which we offer our customers to buy fresh food at affordable prices.
Their issue was that 63% of your offers were high fat, high salt. And we should only really be eating 7% junk food.
If you look around our store today, you'll see that there are plenty of offers on fruit and vegetables. Right here, standing in front of us, strawberries, which are better than half price.
I know that was conveniently done. I see how you did that. You were like, let's stand here.
He chose not to stand next to here. Here. Or here. Weird.
So why do you have so many offers on the junk food throughout the store?
Well, I'm not quite sure what you're describing as junk food. As I say, we have offers on all products across the store, as well as what you call junk food, but I would call items which can be part of a healthy, balanced diet.
You wouldn't say little donuts are junk food?
They can all form part of a healthy, balanced diet, and those can be on offer